have a item randomizer installed, it will just randomize vanilla items across the world. So, for instance, we were able to find the wonder thing, the want of wonder, normally only available in the Underdark. Same for Ring of Spell Training, but also missing substantial other magical items that we should have by now. And of course, a lot of stuff was outright removed from game because it doesn't belong there in the first place. No, it's never cost
I hope this is worth it.
outside.
I worry sometimes.
Alright, so what do we want to do is, finish the quest for one of the temples. And then we will look forward for reward, but first let's get some basic defenses here. I'm not exactly sure how it behaves, so let's make sure we don't die some silly deaths. Especially in this guy. But everybody else would be also in a lot of pain. Alright, I think that's good enough. Now, yeah, it doesn't have the meteors. And other than that, I think we are good. Alright, you can wear this. Did you see it? His shoes changed to blue. I mean to yellow.
I'm there.
Should we do a little picture here? Well, it's quite dangerous with the 3 spellcasters in such a close proximity. Alright, I think this is not trapped.
What is it now?
If it must be done.
Glad to be of assistance.
Ski? No.
It's probably best left to me.
Aladrini will do that.
all
I know a
right.
discerning eye when I see one.
Yes,
Get
yes,
lost,
I see.
you will go get actually, I think you're
I'm
somewhat
waiting.
ambushed here.
Am I needed?
Not entirely sure. Okay.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Don't worry about us, fellow thief. Let's go.
If I must.
That was a Keldorn hit with this. Well, I knew something like that would happen.
Tedious monkey work.
All right, you and me. Let's go.
Okay.
As you wish.
It is done.
Go bother someone else.
Jesus, they have even a mage over there.
A waste
Well,
of my talents.
let's make
Fine,
sure.
fine. Just stop pestering me.
Always willing to try.
Beauty. Here we have. Oh man, doing nothing.
Fall, creature, and feed the earth!
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
Is anybody?
Oh, all right.
Jesus Christ. Protected from normal weapons, got minute meteors, blur. I think I can get through that relatively fast. Critical miss. What is thinking?
What is it
Dispel
now,
this
Ray?
crap.
Yes, I see.
Okay, this one is held at least. Come on, Haer'Dalis.
Very well. Cry for your lives. They are over.
You already do damage to him. Perfect. Should we do that in a second? Alright.
Yeah.
Then we focus on this. You still have the...
Worth it.
Did we manage to poison him? Guess not.
Fall, creature, and feed the earth!
Right, that was it. I guess they were slightly improved. I don't recall the damage being here. A bit worried about enlightening because whatever.
I am here.
No, isn't this great? It's actually kind of spells we like. And now, yeah, I'll put it over.
Please.
Maybe
let
there's
me help.
some
I'll certainly
treasure to
try.
be had. You know, a good way, so made the towel strike me down. Didn't work too well for us. Is there anything ready? I might say our new spell ability kind of trivializes the mage encounters. It's true. But we have a breach anyway for human mages. No, I think on liches may not work. Well, breach certainly doesn't work at all. And they should be protected. They should be sitting behind spell immunity abjuration anyway. Alright, let's get to the
I hope this is worth it.
yeah, we can get there faster, so and where was to go, right?
See to it.
What was it you?
I welcome you with outstretched hand.
Apparently not this guy. So we got some item, I wonder what that is. So what did he give us then? We lost the item? Okay, he gave us nothing.
It's done. I'm there. If it must be done.
Helm requires nothing further for the moment.
Oh, we did it and got no reward. Well, thank you very much.
It's probably best left to me.
What do you have, man?
Helm sees all. Know that
and be judged.
Show devotion, we've seen that before. Petrification, no interest. Donation either. So what do we want to do now? Do we go after these
This is worth it.
guys down here? I guess we can take on a mercenary band. This one is a bit more tricky.
You have a plan?
Oh, look what we have. Shouldn't
Give
be
me some
tricky at all then. With all this power. Guys protected from magic energy, and they will have some cool stuff.
Have you nothing else to do but bother me?
We don't have any. Looks like we don't have any. Oh, we have chaotic commands, good. So you're important. I guess I doing. Alright, what else do we have? Different from fear. Come on. Lightning bolt to our poor guys. Get this.
I'm ready for anything.
Get this. That. And that. And that. Madness potentials. Alright, so we get to this one. Now we'll get to this one.
Yes, master. What should I fetch
Get
now?
this. Just to be sure. No, I need this. I can't do anything to have to like this. So here we are done. I guess over here we go for this. We might even do some spell training. I guess. Let's get this one. Some of this. You want to give us fear when we have that. Something else. Is there? See yourself this one. And give this to alright, so we are good to go against those.
What is it?
It's almost beneath me.
Edwin do that. Somebody get this jerk a banana.
There.
Is that all?
What is it?
I'd hope for
all
more.
right.
I go.
So be it. I shall go forth and...
Oh, this thing is casting something.
Let's do this. Quick.
Yeah, that would be the Cobalt Captain. I didn't cast this, did you? Hey, we have this one. Yeah, we can go with the Crusade. Here we probably best.
I await your move.
You can give yourself some of that, perhaps. Here we have nothing. Alright.
I'm there.
Life Alpha.
Some strong dwarven ale.
Alright, so what do we do? This one. We're trying to dispel it.
Point the sword, and I shall strike.
Here we go with that. We go with this.
I'm busy, okay? I'm busy.
Yeah, we don't have all that much. Perhaps doing that. And you shouldn't be dispelled on spell immunity.
Yeah.
Can this one that. Alright, it doesn't seem like they are. A bunch of items. Let's attack, I don't know. Action man. Whatever they have.
I pledge my service and my life if need be.
We want another for sure. We are terribly protected first. This or that. Meanwhile, we will probably get another one of this. Zoro is blinded. What's that guy? Mordekin and Sword. Attacks more than. Alright. Anything else going on? Life's probably nothing. Great Demolition. Alright.
Good.
Not a concern.
Well, it's killing him. You are doing nothing. I guess let's go. Highly injured. Let's go with this one. The Lord is DK. Alright, he has a stone skin contingency. We have these. And there are some lightning bolt.
I shall serve.
They seem to be all blinded. In that bullet. What is this casting? Haer'Dalis. Let's give us another of those.
Let us speak and be done
Okay,
with
he's
this.
decaying. I guess this one is annoying. Not sure if we want Scorcher, perhaps.
Yes, I see.
This could help too. And poor Iron Man.
With all speed, comrades.
Alright. So you don't need this really. You guys go to hell. That's it. You can go
I expected
close.
as much.
at this guy.
I am ready.
Can go up close. Can go up close.
Glad to be of assistance.
Close. Alright, now get another. Well, maybe I want to. Okay, continue.
Where can I be of most use? In my father's
Right. Okay, it should be all
Yours to direct.
going. Oh, this guy's running away. Unbelievable. Okay, done.
Only I could do as much for all in need of it. How can I help?
Was it done? And they're not using the healing potions if they're wrecked like this. Alright, perfect. Now about to go down here still. There's stuff to do. Let's see.
Pretty cold, I see. I shall do my utmost.
I forget. This shouldn't work on Rakasha, but could be some weaker version.
Helm guides my
Have you
path.
nothing else to do but bother?
Righteousness shall prevail.
Let's get this.
The best leaders also follow.
To get some witch doctor, right? Oh yeah, it does not work anymore. Sanely. Alright, you want to. I still have the poison.
Yes.
Here, perhaps some of these fancy arrows.
You wish. Good is on our side this day.
Nothing but die.
Shall be done.
Alright, let's go. What was that? Alright, I want to bank on this
Very well.
It is what I
up
thought.
to a point. Oh, would you ever?
With vengeance.
Kasha, we can't hit him.
As you would have it.
The light shall prevail.
There's nothing on the other side. Well, miss on 16. Try my poison. What time doing there, lady?
Speak your mind. Always willing
Let's
to
just
try.
use your.
Long live the order of the most great. So be it. For I draw from the pool of righteous.
Well, maybe you can do something. He's not casting any spells. Alright, shouldn't be such issue. Alright, we do some damage to him. He's doing
Fine, fine. Just stop pestering me.
no damage whatsoever. Oh, good. Yeah, this was probably untouched vanilla guy. Man, really?
Let's do this quick and pain.
Alright, that would be it. What
I await your order.
did you have?
I hear you well enough. With all speed, comrade.
So here's a Youngstone. And nothing much else. Actual generation, well, it's comes in handy.
Give me some direction. Yeah, I'll see to it.
It's an item from Shadow Temple. Yeah, with SCS he's much harder, this guy. But we didn't get Cloak of Sewers, so it's another major pain. What do we have here?
Ah, I know a discerning eye when I see one.
I'm thinking a potion of clarity if we have, you know, what, flying our way. Alright, if we go further, it will trigger the Beholder ambush, so we don't want that.
Willing.
Shouldn't there be siege roll? I could go further and investigate. What is this Cobalt command place? You could also save Haer'Dalis from his predicament. Oh, to me. Oh, there's just a mustard jelly. No, don't go first. I can.
All right.
Here. Weapon has no effect.
I have this one trigger these beholders over there. They forget it.
It is done.
So you.
Yes,
Oh, he's
yes,
slow.
I see.
I stand very
We will sacrifice Saruman then.
Let us endeavor to remain hale this day.
Alright, here you come. Sea troll, come here. This creature
This is worth it.
seemed to be quite eager to get us. Trying to count it, you go with this. You go with, I guess this.
Flow deep into evil's heart. There
You're
is
trying to
no
blind him. You go your this. What useless weapon? Poison, perfect.
best leaders also follow.
And he's blinded, isn't he? Oh, yes.
Hear me.
Alright, Citron is gone. We're happy about that. Should we go further in this? We certainly want to take the items. Don't we have some spell that's
I'm there.
better than this?
Fall creatures and speed the earth.
You shall suffer my wrath.
No, we have nothing. What about some backstabs? Oh, he's trying to get rid of my stone skin.
Edwin do that. Somebody
You
get
shall
hurt.
suffer my wrath.
Almost.
Do you have guns?
Not a concern.
Anything in particular that you are interested in from Jailer? This is a mess again with this inventory management. I'd like to get protection from magical energy and then I would invest into learning spells. Let's actually give Edwin's what this. If it's any good, doesn't look like much.
Is that all? I'd hope for more.
So, another, well, it's a dragon shield, that's pretty good. This is actually boots of stealth. Berserk of defense with 6 4. This could be Malakar. Wow. So you could trigger Kurios on sitting inside. Wow. binding, all these are cursed. Dragon shield +2, very important item. Oh. I can use it right with this. You will be at completed at Slayer, Dragon Slayer. Maybe this is more important though. And then what else do we have? Moods of Stealth. And armor class +1, we already have this. So no longer need that. Protection from cold, we take it. What else is there now? Bunch of spells for doing. Nothing groundbreaking. Well, we have these. I can take the Ring of Danger Sense, perhaps. As you have nothing much else.
Glad to be of assistance.
And there's a Malachar, I believe. I'm not too likely to carry this. I don't mind, we need your power.
Done and done well.
And this is throwing eggs, maybe even +3. Need a bit of luck.
Nice stand. Very well.
So they have slightly different items. Nevertheless, quite powerful. Alright, we will go for adventure in this.
You must gather your party before venturing forth. You must gather your party before venturing.
So these are working my
Yes.
fit. This is just my fit, I guess. You guys actually don't move at all, so I'll try to blind this one ice method. That's the sneaky one. Here you bolt for this.
I am willing.
You try to get to
Alright.
this guy. You try to where are you?
I am yours to direct, my friend.
Take your bolts and go
You
for
take
this.
Aye, as you wish.
And where are you? Here. What is this thing? Yeah, I hope it was just some lightning bolt. But should we hit their little lightning bolt? Nothing fancy.
The light shall prevail.
So be it.
With vengeance.
I see.
Markers. Oh, it's the wizard.
I'll see to it.
There's an Alia with her.
My life, if need be.
They have a million different arrows, so I could use them all. Forget about non-magical I should keep. Go for it. Oh, this guy's still running around. Magma. Get it. You should be quite resilient to it. So not quite.
Order of the most raging heart. For I draw from the
Do we have some,
strike and then
What is it now?
Well, if there's 3 UNT, then I'm going to fare very well.
You're all in need of me. I try so hard.
There's definitely UNT and there's another one. Protection from fire cold. Then we have a certain item. Like a wand of cloud, can we do have to? How about we show them? And we could block it with Nanoman if we need to. It's quite risky, we might need to run like hell. This guy doesn't even have protection from... Let's get to... They will cast chaos, we are ready for that. This we can cast there also. Isn't there... Alright, we don't see it. It does not see us. Same here, let's go with the... Invocation. Then we want Keldorn
I
thing
expected as much.
for obvious reasons.
Glad to be of assistance.
I shall do my utmost.
Let's be prepared to run real fast if we need to.
Very well.
One day.
Anyway,
Day.
right.
I hope
To there. Jesus Christ, they're already casting something.
Aye, as you wish.
If I must.
Get, I think this should make it. This could make it too.
I'm busy. Okay, I'm busy.
Good
be it.
jump.
Have you nothing else but bother me?
Edwin is still
Lord, have buried many
slowed.
we shall strike a blow deep into evil's heart. There is no more
Damage,
weapon.
perfect. Edwin, no. Go with the here. Oh, attacks more than shit. Oh. Attacks more than thing. If you go invisible though, they shouldn't. Seasoned.
That is nice. What shall I fetch now?
I'm waiting.
West.
Sanctuary is casting some crap. Oh my god.
I'm there. It must be done.
Come on, just don't. Let's get him. Don't need this either. Jesus Christ, protection from magical weapons.
With all speed, comrade.
It's all.
I stand ready.
Get this, then get confused. Now you can do whatever.
Not a concern.
Aye.
Why are you not capable of going there? Nobody knows.
Fine, fine. Just stop pestering me.
Give me some direction.
Shit. Jahirra. Come here, you come
For
here.
honor and glory.
Comes back.
So be it.
We could go forward without being
I pledge my
Killed.
service and my life if need be.
go to hell. Shit, of course.
Just ask.
Could we somehow do it? So we'll Jaheira get this.
It is done.
I am yours to direct.
And we
I
need
expected
to
as much. I shall do my utmost.
Almost.
Aye, as you wish.
We're in a goddamn corner here.
I hope for more.
Helm guides my path.
I'll see to it.
Oh, all right.
You know what you get? You get a Hello Redeemer for this. -3. Not the worst.
I am willing.
Go over there. Get yourself this.
By Torm, I shall strike you down.
I'm doing damage to them.
My father's name.
What are you doing all the time anyway? Get this. Can get the range stuff. I can't do nothing here. You're so
Yes, I see.
use
Shall
this.
be done and done well.
Greater Yuanti. Barely injured. Oh, this one is feared.
Very well.
Oh, kill don't kill that.
And I'd be most glad to be of
Let us
assistance.
endeavor to remain here.
Alright, get out of here, get out of here.
Please aid me do that. Somebody get me jerky banana.
Senior. Good there.
Oh, all right.
Alright. We can cast this. Shit. Why is this not killing them? You have to attack Zedrin, shit. And he's swamped. We need to kill this so fast.
At your order.
Let's get over here. Should have been to kill them. Oh, it's another of those, okay. You want the attack Zedrin.
How can I help? I will do what I must.
Well, these guys are going to. Is there could be one more. Yeah, there's another one. Could you hide to investigate? Well, you could.
Willing.
So this leaves me to believe there's actually might be the tough spots enabled.
What is it? They'll never see me coming.
Am I needed? I can do more if you need.
So, what great items do we have here?
Find a home here if it were properly cleansed and balanced.
Well, I guess you need a ring of danger sense or something. Right, Nalia.
Please,
They'll never
let
see
me help.
me coming.
Oh, she trapped disarmed.
Only I could do as much for all in need of me. I try so hard.
What do we have here? Another trap thing.
They'll never see me coming.
Let's save it. There's a Haer'Dalis with his fancy sword. That shouldn't be. Just a second, he might get angry about it. Actually, there are going to be some targets for Tactics. I can hit absolute bottom nothing. Well, there's a fire method. I don't mind. Look at this. Where are we? Or we just go normally. Left it.
I'm there.
Poor little thing. Oh, don't go there.
Service and my
With
life.
vengeance!
Alright. Where's Nalia? And a bunch of to-dos. And anybody who can... Okay,
One day. One day.
there can be some nice girls, like for protection from magic and energy. Oh, there's a protection from magical weapons. Oh wow, super. So now I'm not worried about spirituals, so I can go there. No issues whatsoever.
Glad to be of assistance.
There's no tram here, is it? So anyway, we will definitely have a drink. You have levels 5 spells, don't you? So that will protect us from their nasty unholy blight.
The light shall prevail.
Let's talk about this dude.
You need something, stranger.
Well, on the other hand, we probably want to get him. He might have some nice items.
Always willing to try.
We have Potion of Genius already. It should basically be one stone form.
I thought as much.
Good touch, thank you. It's probably just a murky fake item. I think this one is simply fake.
As you would have it.
Oh, polymorph, you normally find this in a
Kynan Morton
beholder.
said, "Good choice of name for char name."
Sure is awesome. And he literally was born again yesterday. I was doing the
Certainly try.
scorch a loop, and then we got dispelled our fire resistance.
Must be done.
So he was on a way to receive about 300 damage or some such within 3 rounds, but by some miracle he managed to survive. Oh, it was not a miracle. We had this ring of spell training and managed to drink the potion of ice dust and survived.
Best left to me.
No. I think we want to really get him though. Because if he has some fancy item, then what?
What is it now?
He will just disappear and that's it. So, Edwin prepares. What spells do we have? Well, if he has some kind of...
Wait your order.
I'm ready for anything.
If he has some kind of sunfire, then we are pretty screwed.
Not a concern.
Will he go hostile if he...
Good.
If we simply silence him or something. A bit cheats over here. So I fired a breath weapon.
Kynan Morton said, any reason you didn't bring Corgan?
I don't really like him, and we try to be a human and good aligned party. Well, he's silenced now. If he's silenced, then what will he do? He's vocalized. Damn, where are they? Oh, we don't have even this spell. What we gonna do? Do we have some Wand of Fear, perhaps?
If I must.
Then where are they? Where could they be safer? He can be feared, apparently. I'm saving. Saving everything. Wand of Fear, we at least got rid of it. What else is there though? I can go with a spell training and try to slam him with a lightning bolt, or we send in Gingy and see how they fare. Or this Nishru perhaps, so perhaps you want that. That's pretty cunning, isn't it? At least we have some use for this spell. At least we see if whether he's protection from normal weapons or like that. Animate death. Well, that's quite cunning, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll see to it.
Newman. Let's see what kind of undead are those. Well, what else would we have? Current summons. Will be Battle of Summons then. Challenge accepted. Not that they will win anything. Oh, that spell. That's kind of... Well, I don't want to sleep for this, but...
I stand ready.
These are for 8 hours, perhaps. You don't have even Sanctuary.
For I draw from the... it is good to adventure in such a place. The blood quickens knowing that evil is so near.
Sure, but...
Just ask, and I'll do it.
Certainly, but... yes, those Fire Stones, can we have now this spell here? In the inventory we have... Well... Polarization Potion, how about that? Here's nothing, here's nothing. We can give this to Nalia, perhaps. Or just be Bale. It's pretty risky to go so naked against a wizard in such a tight place.
Tedious monkey work.
Well, we get our warrior. We will cast a stinking cloud
Kynan Morton
over there.
said, would a fighter/thief char name be good for tactics?
Fighter/what? Well, for tactics you would probably be best with an anti-paladin dual to mage or some such. I didn't have much this guy. Give yourself this and go visit. Spell deflection, well, it shouldn't help you all that much. Well, hard wilting. Pretty unconscious. Finger of death, of course. Another lightning bolt. We don't want to be sitting in a lightning bolt path. Markad is unconscious, so Edwin, get in here fast.
Who bothers the waste of my talents?
Go.
This is worth it.
Jesus Christ, go away.
Fine, just stop pestering me.
Oh, fuck. You need another summon.
Of course.
And all
Or
right.
maybe wait till he's again unconscious. Alright, guys. And they're within each other.
Yes, I see.
It's just terrible. Well, you seem to move a bit. Come on. Come on, guess.
Very well.
This won't help you.
Kynan Morton said. With item randomizer and unique artifacts, this is one of the most decasualized BG2 tactics runs ever.
Yeah, but
I try to watch what I can. The other day you said something about enemy AI acting differently. Kynan
Yeah.
Morton said. In comparison to original tactics.
yeah, in original tactics, enemy would hardly change target once. Well, the way it would work, they would see your tune or your summon attack that one and hardly ever change target, so you could kite to all your heart's desire. But now, actually, they kind of.
Oh, all right.
Well, the way it works, it's attack nearest command, but now it seems to be constantly like re-triggered, like sort of like you have true seeing. So actually, if you have,
Yes, I see.
if you're kiting with Edwin, enemy along Jaheira over here, so the enemy would, and Jaheira is trying to hit the enemy, then
One day.
enemy would switch on Jaheira, which wasn't the case in original tactics. On the other hand, the behavior where, for instance, Firkrek always locks on your main hero in a fight and ignores the rest of the party, that still works as normally.
I expected as much.
With all speed, comrade.
So that makes the game slightly more harder.
If I must.
Let's try this slipper thing then. Don't get too close. I'm very saving versus spell, just fail.
I am yours to direct, my friend.
Of course, if he's casting hard roll things and similar, then we're not going anywhere next to it.
Kynan Morton said. If I was to try anti-paladin to mage, what LVL would you duel at? 7.
7-9 or 7 or 9. Probably not 13 because you would spend like a 50% of a game just in mage. And of course you need those anti-paladin abilities, especially the dispel on hit with non-magical weapon. That's of course OP, as they say, and for tactics, for the first round, it's probably reasonable to use that.
But bother me.
Alright, he says everything. What could we do? Do we have some summon monster? Well, we can waste his spells on summons. But I'm not going to risk it with any Vars, guys. Powered stun we could do. It's level 7, we hardly. Casting time 1, we would need to see how many hit points he has. I doubt he has more than 80, so let's go with powered stun. Edwin, you will check once you hide in a shadow. Or you can cast it from the shadow, perhaps. That's the idea here. You get better shoes then. Alright, now, yeah.
Where can I be of most use?
Well, is there some shadow?
I can do more.
This looks like it. But on the other hand, we get quite nice items anyway, because we got a ring of spell turning just randomly. Then we got gauntlets of weapon skills. Another nice thing we got. We got pretty early the Dragon Slayer, not that you need it, but it has regeneration and also immunity to fear. So we got Wand of Wonder, then you have 12% to trigger insta-death, I think turning to stone. No save with a Wand of Wonder, and you can kill Lich with this. So it's extremely powerful. Of course, it's only in Underdark.
Kynan Morton said, normally I wouldn't play an up class, but if that's what you recommend, I'll try it.
I'm not sure, because you will see the normal game, lots of enemies are untouched, so it feels very easy. And then you go into improved stuff and you suddenly hit the wall. And if you don't have pre-knowledge or anything like that, well, the only way how to do it comfortably, I think, would be with this anti-paladin. And then, of course, once you get the knack for it, then sure, go without that. But I think even like some of these fights, like Improved Bodhi with Undead Cellophane, if you have them together, well, over there not even anti-paladin will help you much. Then later in TOB, it's actually more. It's actually kind of counterproductive that you can dispel them with every hit, because you know you have Flail of Ages and you have these like the Answerer, the sword, and they have these like Flail of Ages has a slow on hit, and Answerer has deal over magic resistance, and you want to dispel these effects, right? On some bosses, so in that sense it might be counterproductive later, but for Shadow of Arms it's like 90% straight up improvement for whatever you do. Alright, Nalia, well, then we need to get our strike team ready for him. So now, yeah, let's see.
Only I could do as much for all in need of me.
If he has 90 or more, that sucks. Well, 50, so he should be stunned for forever. Come on now, yeah. Alright, he's stunned. Now we can finish him. Well, I guess should have been smarter than this.
If you think it is wise to do so, so much comes back to haunt us.
Alright, everybody. Get your stuff. And he's gone. And he has contingents, you see. So he has that stuff lots of mages have.
I am ready.
And if you have anti-paladin, you don't have to drag around Keldorn for this spell and stuff and True Seeing, because anti-paladin already has that too. so you can take some stronger NPCs. Alright, we want to... Well, it's here, wonderful. So this didn't change. And it turns out he didn't have anything that we desire, poor fellow. Alright, so here I think you will take it on. I can give this over here.
It is done.
We have 2 potions of genius already. Well, I kind of struggle with inventory as always, so we can learn the spells with Edwin right here. I assume this is just a standard plus
Kynan Morden
+1.
said. So sometimes you just have to wait out a spellcaster and send summons against their summons from a safe distance.
Well, no, really, we can do it, but the thing with tactics, a lot of these spellcasters, they have infinite spells, especially the tougher one. John Ironicus in Hell comes to mind. So what did we do is to stun him actually, so that you see the spell power word stun, and if you are under certain, oh, I guess we don't have it anymore, but if you're under 90 hit points, you get no save against that. Stunning, and it has casting time of 1, right? So against human or humanoid enemies it always works, and it's Nalia was casting it from the shadow with a casting time of 1, so he didn't even notice. And then he was stunned for a number of rounds, and we picked him up. The summons he was able to, get rid of quite comfortably. So actually, summons didn't do anything. But that's legitimate tactic. If there's some spellcasters with limited spell books or spells, then you send their summons, they will blow their spells on them, and then you go in with your team.
Not to my tastes at all.
Also, I don't like to install the maximize HP component for the very reason that it makes these powered spells not relevant. So, for instance, it's a big difference if you have Edwin on 50 HP on level 10, or whether you have him on max like 60 or something, and on level 15 you're already immune to, I don't know, power word kill or power word stun. So I think that's why you should never install the stuff with like maximal hit points.
But what is this?
Wherever you are free. Well, we don't want to.
It's just like
Aiden,
I
I shall go.
helping
The
others
gem I
and
mentioned
doing
still
good
needs
things.
I think the
I shall await your arrival at
the demon is not improved, so he might be vanilla.
Beg of you.
So we might try to go to try that, but on the other hand, if he's improved, then what we gonna do? Not quite clear. Alright, now we need some. We need to unload and sell everything again.
How can I help? I'll certainly try.
On beholders, we still
Kynan Morden
shouldn't go.
said. So you felt adding SCS2 actually made the game easier vs just tactics?
Well, you have components. Well, tactics, it improves specific number of encounters, but leaves a lot of the creatures in the game untouched, so they are vanilla. On the other hand, SCS touches just about everything, I believe. So I would say the planar prison is actually tougher in SCS than it's in Tactics. And obviously the Ustnata is also tougher in SCS.
It would be unfortunate if you were to disappear under a rock
And
somewhere.
they have like this improved body and improved DR scheme that's pretty much, if not straight up copy, then it's very similar to Tactics. Mind Flayer's the same thing. That's a copy of Tactics. Then they have these beholders. And well, the way it works in Tactics, you can make yourself immune to their attacks with the spells. But you cannot do it in SCS from certain version up, and especially you cannot do it on the enhanced editions, because their anti-magic dispel, it always works, so it's not blocked by spell shield like continuously. It will cancel the spell shield, and well, you are open for another array, but in the original game you can make yourself immune to it.
Aye, you can mock me whilst we're in the very heart of your domain.
Alright, what's
But do not
this?
push me very far.
We found here the
Here I
dragon
am more
helmet,
than capable
which
of
is
ending your life.
surprising. Well, here it is. Let's throw this away. And the crystal for Haer'Dalis. Well, healing potion, I don't think so. And we go home. We need to rest simply, and I would finally like to go to Druid Grove. Speaking of Druid Grove, improved Faldern is basically depends on version of Tactics, but in this early she's unbeatable. Even with high level abilities on Jaheira, like legitimately speaking, she's unbeatable. I think she has even like permanent reflection shield, so you cannot even use the Guardian button cheese to get rid of her. So I think I will just avoid her for now. We'll see about later. I was thinking about put Jaheira going down there, and then we would use Want of Wonder, since we got it, this one, and petrify her, but of course it might not work immediately, and you need to survive down there. And there's also just a quest of a little issue of, oh my god, there's a nighttime, let's get out of here.
Kynan Morton said, but you still prefer the way of original Tactics, so that's why you didn't install SCS in this run?
Well, I didn't install SCS because it will overwrite the Tactics AI, right? So you have this component in SCS where it's a core component. You have to install it for everything else to work, and it just overrides the Tactics scripts, especially the cheating, if you will. So no more endless spells, no more their kind of crazy abilities they have. And also, yeah, it just rewrites some of the scripts that Tactics is relying on. On the other hand, the toughest fights in Tactics are maybe with, well, certainly with the exception of improved Usnatha defenses, they are much harder. than whatever you can experiment in SCS. Although I must admit that the earlier versions of SCS, they are quite difficult. Especially the versions meant for the original game. Later with
doing nothing back at the keep.
later with Enhanced Edition and all this stuff they added, it became sort of total conversion and sort of was hardcore, I would say. But like early on, it was pretty tough, sure. And you have these spellcasters with stacking all these spell immunities. They're having spell triggers and this one with triple, I don't know, school trap and this kind of stuff. So actually, I will certainly make a run with the early SCS on a vanilla Baldur's Gate to see what. But on the other hand, they also play fair, so you don't have especially like liches. If you here run out of sight of a lich, he will teleport your whole party on his body and dispel everybody. So you cannot do that. In Tactics, you can kind of run away. I mean, SCS, you can run away. And there's behavior like that, but it to a large degree overlaps. I mean, even in SCS like a version 22, you still have improved Ironicus battle in hell with these dragons and beholders and liches and their spawns. Later it was removed, so to a large degree the early versions overlap, and it's kind of difficult to say whichever one is harder, because SCS simply touch just about every creature in the game, and Tactics is only adding some hardcore fights and leaves a lot of stuff untouched. So it's difficult to say, really. Alright, what do we want for spells? I think we want to get to drink Potion of Genius. This is it. Drinking Edwin, you are indispensable guy now. Alright, now you are 25. So normally you would, I think, protection from magical weapons, you would only find this in a chapter 2 out of 3 if you solve the trade meet successfully. Now, because we are locked down by the improved Feldorn, which we will simply not defeat, then in theory we would be locked away from the protection from magical weapons, but thanks to item randomizer we were quite lucky to find it. But more important for us is protection from magic energy. Now that we have protection from magic energy, we can probably go and visit some of these fights added by Tactics. That there's a, what is he called? Fighter, thief, no. Like thief, cleric, illusionist in a docks, and he has 2 helpers there. And that's a typical Tactics content that will blast you with horde wiltings and what's the other one? Firestorm, I guess, even. And he will buff himself really, like to be really a heavy hitter in melee and will go after you. There's also a small room and whatnot. Now, thinking about it, maybe we will leave it for later. Alright, we have this for... Oh, he should... Well, he should kill himself on fire shield though. Burning hands, protection from acid, sure. On the other hand, with Edwin, we should be able to defeat them. Stone to flush, we should be able to make ourselves invulnerable to everything they have. On the other hand, you don't have even level 6 spells to, which should be quite nicer. Alright. You can use this. So there's enchanted weapon, I don't think so. Flesh to stone, whatever. Another thing. Well, that's spell burning hands. Minor sequencer, well, these two spells alone were worth it. Alright, let's get a sleep. And what do we... Let's just think if we can deal with that other guy. So we get chaotic commands that word from those. You get spell training from the ring, protection from all the elements. You can get yourself the spell shield, sure. But we don't have spell immunity, so he will just dispel us, and that's the end of the day. Unless I go there with this guy. He will be buffed to oblivion, but on the other hand, he does not have all that much stuff. We can cast our teleport field. This guy has 2 little spells. When we go there, well, the problem is they blast you with horde things immediately. If I go there with the Keldorn and this guy, it should be doable. Alright, let's get some... Actually, Jaheira could pasture it with this thing. We can use this as well. And this or that. You might have some cold damage too. But we should be safe from that. I don't mind.
Kynan Morton said, I got a chance to read some of the tactics criticism. That guy was such a casual. I'm surprised Weimer listened to him, but I suppose mod makers want players to actually play their game.
Well, he had certain philosophy, and I guess he tried to build his case. So I would say he was on point with trying to be constructive. On the other hand, if you have trouble with the game, perhaps, or with these mods, why do you install them, right? Like if you go, if you say, I don't know, it's too hard to nerf it down, that's one thing. Then if you say, well, dragons shouldn't, like 2 dragons shouldn't be on the same map attacking you because that's against a lore or fantasy rules, well, that's another thing. And if you say that enemies shouldn't have stuff like, should play by the rules, and they shouldn't have time stop in a chain contingency, well, that's another thing. And there's just not stopping that. They can say whatever, but well, the thing is to make the game more challenging for veteran players, right? It's not about being faithful to some to some original source, or I don't know, or to appeal to somebody who likes to play a certain way. Like if somebody thinks that pre-buffing is a cheese, then obviously we cannot play tactics without pre-buffing. So I think perhaps they have this constructive approach to it, but then, for instance, if I look at a Victor Creed on YouTube doing his solo runs and whatnot, and he plays the bottom line is he plays the game completely different than I do.
Kynan Morton said, "Yeah, I dislike when players try to bring either PNP lore or the rules of the vanilla game into discussion of a difficulty mod. They are casuals. Players have some of the same criticisms of Swordflight."
Yeah, exactly. Like I wouldn't perhaps call them ad hominem. Sure. Well, it's kind of difficult if you're a lover of this D&D and you have some experience with these tabletop sessions and all this stuff that goes into it. I understand it's impossible to separate it from a game that's based on the same lore and rules and whatnot. But on the other hand, like the point is to really well. I read with this Weimer how was he thinking about the enemies and about the combat, right? And his mindset was that if he was a DM, how would he play the enemies, what you face against, right? He will try to play to best of their abilities and use everything like it was a fight to the death and make intelligent choices and so forth. But then, of course, you try to do that within the limitations of the game engines and scripting and whatnot. But then you're also facing that players will cheese it at the first opportunity. So like a nuking of screen or casting webs or casting what is it? Or you have stuff like you could Finger of Death the dragon and reload continuously, so you would cast on a dragon Finger of Death, it wouldn't go through, so you would reload 20 times, and once it would finally go through, you would kill the dragon with one Finger of Death, right? So he gave him immunity to these powerful creatures, so they couldn't be cheesed like that, they couldn't be panicked. And yeah, so you have these two basic principles. First one, the enemies should play to top of their abilities, the what you face, just like you do. Usually with your party, you're quite utilizing whatever you can. And the second is to prevent the cheese, right? So hit and run tactics, nuking of screen using the busted items, avoiding, for instance, Keldorn and his dispel magic. Well, for most mages, well, that's a death sentence. So what do mages get? The really powerful ones. Then they get spell immunity, divination, and abjuration and invisibility. So you cannot just push one button with Keldorn and trivialize the fight. They get immunity to the insta-death effects. They get immunity to a lot of stuff. So you need to kind of the bottom point is that fight with the dragon should take some time. It shouldn't be over within 5 rounds, and so forth. Beholders should be scary, the illicit should be scary, vampires should be scary. But against vampires, that's a good example. You have instantly are given an item that will make you immune to their most dreadful attack, that's level drain, and then you are given 2 items that will kill them on a failed save that they failed pretty often. So these 2 items completely make them like a non-threat for just everybody with a brain enough power to equip them. Imagine if you got the same equipment but against illicit, the mind flayers. So you would get instantly some item that blocks their psionic abilities, and then you would get 2 items that would kill them on a failed save. Well, then obviously they wouldn't be nowhere as difficult as they are in a game. Same with the beholders. Well, if you were given an item that makes you immune to their attacks, and then were given some weapon that kills them on one shot, well, there would be challenge with that. So I think also this kind of itemization, it can go a long way. As you can see, the vampires, they are not, or undead in general, except liches, they are not non-issues. But if you were given the same powers, items with same powers, dedicated against, I don't know, the mind flayers or beholders, they would join the same legion of non-threatening monsters. So I think actually if you remove some of these items that are obviously meant to just trivialize very specific enemies, then you make the game more interesting for yourself, because you still have ways how to deal with them, except you don't have permanent protection from level drain. You have to use the spell from Man, and it only lasts like 5 rounds, but still so it can be done. And it makes your party composition matter more. You have to think about it more through and through. And I think that makes the game more interesting than just, selecting everybody and then left clicking on a bunch of vampires and then ranking 8,000 experiments points and whatnot. So I've seen SCS vampires, thinking about it, especially the early versions, they're also quite powerful. In here, I don't think they are that strong. Well, enough of information. I wanted to do something, certainly. What's the time? Yeah, we want to go to vendor. And we finally want to go to that Druid Grove and get some.
I do wish these scars could heal. I have a life to continue, and I do not need to be picking at old wounds.
And we will finally get to meet those spirit trolls and raking experiments points from defeating them. Of course, they have Flame Strike, the Unholy Blight, and Chaotic Commands. What's that spell?
Kynan Morden said, yes, definitely there are cheesy items which shouldn't be used if you want a more interesting experience.
Other thing is, I don't know why they even a game. I mean, somebody designed the vampires to be quite a challenge. Well, first you meet normal, like monsters, and their challenge is simply the physical attacks, right? The raw damage they can do. And as you go further and get more powerful and get more levels, then they get like special abilities. Like for instance, early in the game they can cast fear, or they can cast a hold person. That's usually, or they can poison you, right? These kind of low threat things. But as you get further and battle more powerful items, they get, next to physical damage, they get more of these special abilities, like a level drain, or they, like a mind flares, they sap your brain. But of course, that's completely, this idea is completely like put on its head if you get special items that are meant to counter their most powerful attacks or abilities. It's like, I don't know. It's like being in a last fight on a throne of ball with your full party and everybody's immune to time stop, right? Your whole party, well, that's quite a difference than normally. Now, where to go? Walking's probably not. We go to our friend Adventure. And we want to get some stuff investigated and identified. So, see here, now we use a bunch of stuff. What is this? This should be Malachar. So on paper we could do a Curios on the Acid Kensai. That guy was specifically made to prove a point to people that Kensai Mage could be defeated quite easily with the right tactics. And he certainly is not untouchable. It can be even trivialized in some ways. On the other hand, I don't want to reload all that much, so I don't want to fool around with him. So this is throwing axe. Let me go to you. Instead, we have nothing invested into axe, so we'll just sell it. Over here, this is what? Braces of archery. We like to throw stuff a lot, don't we? Now what else do we have? We need to sell just about. A lot of stuff. Oh, polymorph. Safe versus polymorph. Well, we certainly don't want to be polymorph into anything. Even petrify, so this guy shouldn't be turned to stone anytime soon. And of course the wand of fire resistance is the most powerful wand for us. You get permanent plus 20 resistance to cold. I'm in fire. This is not so interesting here. Alright, let's sell.
At your service.
Hey, Helm of Charm Protection, that's also good. So it's just a mundane katana, so we wouldn't get Curios on anyway. Plagues, this. And we are swimming in money, so let's see. Does he have anything interesting? I think we want this rank with improved invisibility. He had protection. There's a scroll's protection from undead that further trivialize undead. So, you know, in the old game, you could just buy a scroll and finish all the vampires on the map just being not even like detectable by them. Here it's all removed. Let's get this. We want Ring of Energy. And we pretty much took all the interesting stuff from him. Alright. How many charges, Chihira?
It is about time.
Well, 8. Well, that's cool. Then what else? This would actually be for you.
Not a concern.
On the other hand, if you go for that guy, the crazy fighter illusionist and the dogs, you will get fancy items. Alright, let's go to slums. We will do some inventory here. Well, we can see the work of unique artifacts. So he does not have any of these magical weapons, no Elder Edge, no Blade of Roses, no other stuff he had used to have. So there's just normal non-magical items. Well, he has Simulacrum though. Summon Fiend. He has Ring of Human Influence, which perhaps we want to. Powered Silence, that's a good spell. Project Image, that's a good spell, Edwin. Let's get that. Alright, Simulacrum. It's probably not a good spell for Shadows of Alm. And terribly important since we don't get it any sooner.
It's almost beneath me.
Alright, so what do we get? Is this murky? Okay, that's murky quality. We put this on Iron Man. So actually, well, we have 5 of them. That needs to be enough. This we have all as contingency. We cannot use this. Alright, let's put it over here.
This is worth it.
Is that all? I'd hoped for more.
I'll see.
Well, rank of human influence. Yeah, no. Well, I can use it.
Yeah, it's done.
Alright, you have a bunch of stuff.
Aye, as you wish.
Sword of Chaos, let's put it over here. This Genius. Fire Giant Strength we will use. Alright. Iron Man. We can sell this. Potion of Insight we
The
will
best leaders also follow.
get rid of. Jahira.
I go.
Right, we'll put here some mind focusing, stone form, and that's it.
Yes, I see.
And then Edwin. Must defense, invisibility, stone giant strength. We can use that. The rest of them is okay.
I will do what I can.
So I guess well, let's sell some stuff.
I'm there.
Yeah, we will finally go into spirituals. I'm thinking invisibility 10 radius. Well, we have a pseudo dragon. Where are you? So he has invisibility 10.
It's probably best left to
So
me.
since we want to travel,
Very
that
well.
would be kind of
As I would
important. Alright,
I can do more.
you need to go to the town anyway, so no need to sleep here. And everybody's invisible, wonderful. And now let's go.
Hope this is worth it.
So we will avoid the ambush. Try to meet in so how many hours? 20.
You have been waylaid by enemies
Oh,
and
look
must
at
be
this. Umber Hulk. And nothing nice. And
I'll see to
there's
it.
probably, let's
This
see,
will help.
if there's something invisible. There don't seem to be anything invisible. Alright, so what? Oh, they are visible. Well, Jaheira. We have that confusion. This one not protective from confusion though. Well, what can I do? Well, I can get this confusion. And now, yeah. Well, we should have invisibility for. That's pretty. They're all going for Jaheira though. So we just need to escape to that.
Get this jerk a banana.
I'm willing.
To that confusion effect.
So be it.
Jaheira. Well, let's drink the safe. Where are you? Oh, I put it into the. I put it into the stash, unfortunately. Well, here it is. Well, not this. Let's do that. I wouldn't like Jaheira to be wrecked by underhunks, which seems to be the way here. Oh, I have no choice, Jaheira, sorry. Doing this.
Speak as you would have.
Oh, fast, young lady. Confusion, you managed to do it.
I have buried many fallen
Only I
comrades.
can do as much as
No, protected from normal weapons. Evil. Buller. She's still confused or what? Shouldn't be.
I'm busy.
Ogre Mage is armor. Protection from fire. Well, would you finally go wherever?
let me help.
Let's try to make him blind. You hold this.
Blow deep into
You
evil's
run
heart.
away.
All right.
It shall be done, and done well.
And you guys run away. You also
I
could
am
like there. Just think nobody knows what. Let's see if Jaheira can manage. We would need here to help her. We can do this. Make them perhaps blind.
You require nothing more.
Oh, of course. Go away. Let's see how this works. You have some spell. How about making them blind or something? Do we have that spell? Invisible Stalker. Where's the death spell? Cloud Kill. Now thinking about Cloud Kill, it should kill them real fast. And that spell is here. But we have that Cloud Kill, right? Where is it? It's on Jaheira, so it happens. Well, so let's play this then. Alright.
Have you nothing else to do but bother me?
You lead them around.
So much
Wage
comes
your
back
roll,
to
so be it.
Is he blind? Magic armor blur.
What
It
is
does
it
not
now?
seem like it. A kind of confusion, I guess. Let's try another blind. What can you do is this actually? Jaheira, come here. Shit. Come down. No. No. Whatever he's casting. Nice. Edwin. Alright, not bad. Is he blind at least? Of course not. You run away. I'll try to do this anyway. And where's that death spell? Remove magic on Keldorn. No, that's spell incoming.
I shall do my utmost.
No, it didn't kill these two. These are kind of blind or something. Well, at least you can do this. Jaheira, lead them to hell. We'll try to blind them. And go for another. Get this. She's not dispelled, is she? Oh, confused. Alright, you are in big trouble, man. Don't you have some... whatever, give yourself this. Edwin. How come they cannot be blinded? I don't know. Well, here's another stone skin, this guy. Can you believe it? You have your... this...
Time is up for you, my friend.
Oh, this is a nice guy thing, isn't it? Spell failed. Alright, he's gone. We go with the...
So be it.
on this kind of stuff. Can we hold them? Probably not. Nalia? Well, let's try another one.
I am
Scream. Scream for
so
mercy.
much comes back to
Well, finally he's blinded, so it's possible. This guy's gonna... This guy goes in Keldorn again.
Let us endeavor to remain hale.
Everybody after this. No, 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 no. Okay, I think finally he's gone. And we attack this with the ranged weapons. Good. Oh my god, Thunder Man, forget it. Alright. Nasty ambush. But sometimes you have much worse even, so... I'm actually glad to know that invisibility radius 10 from the pseudo dragon is absolutely useless. Unfortunately, I listed that confusion. That's not good. Right, we made it in one piece.
Just ask, and I'll do it.
What's this dude? You don't have stone skin? What is that? Jahira, try to be friendly with animal? Well, we cannot do it. How about lightning? We like to see it. Anoman, you are here. Keldorn, take this.
Aye, as you wish.
Blind. Well, it was... Alright, this poor guy is poisoned, I believe. Alright, that should be it. On the other hand, I wonder if this guy has some other item now. I really do wonder. Let's go into shop. Do they have something interesting?
Greetings to you, Wayfarer. I am Kanzara of Kalimshan, a Dao Jin, at your service.
So I said I was built to buy things well of speed. Don't you have some confusion potion? Well, they have improved invisibility. Then we need to be extra careful for confusion,
I'll see to it.
especially on this guy. Once he that, when he's confused, he's very dead. Alright, let's visit.
Greetings once again. Trade meat has been here for generations, but now we are harassed from the strangest of sources. What I would have you do is escort him to his task, or see to it yourselves, whichever you prefer.
Sure.
Must be done.
I can afford the potion of healings. Actually use them.
Best left to me.
Oh, Sender. Nice to see you.
And well met to you. I am Cerned, though my identity is surely no secret after the fuss I have caused here.
Lead. Alright, he will mark it on our map, and then we need to just simply rest. Can we rest in this? And especially... Oh, we didn't learn this. Did we necessarily need it? So what we need here is where's that protection from magical energy? Oh, it's level 6, whatever. So we need this thing. Spell training, I don't think will do all that much, especially co-lightning over there is pretty scary, but I'll first deal with these spuddy trolls. So what we actually want is lots of those and this. Here we want those as well. Fireball would be nice, but I guess I'll have to live without that. Scorcher is quite dangerous.